Okay, I want to do a quick video for you guys, and it's about finding the will of God in marriage. Just a scripture, and then I explain. 2 Kings chapter 5, verse 11 and 12. But particularly, my emphasis will be in verse 12. But let me take 11 and 12. 2 Kings chapter 5, verse 11. But Naaman was wroth and went away and said, Behold, I thought, he will surely come out to me and stand and call on the name of the Lord his God, and strike his hand over the place and recover the leper. But if you move backward in verse 10, Elisha sent a messenger unto him, saying, Go and wash in Jordan 7 times, and thy flesh shall come again to thee, and thou shalt be clean. Verse 12, Naaman was replying that instruction in verse 10, right? He says, Are not Abana and Pharpar, rivers of Damascus, better than all the waters of Israel? May I not wash in them and be clean? So he turned and went away in a rage. Many of you that are listening or may probably listen to this podcast are trusting God, in quote, for a life partner, or you know someone who is trusting God for a life partner. Share this video with them. The means by which God will bring your soulmate or your life partner may not always go with logic. Yes, there's one thing you need to understand from this scripture. All right, Naaman was not anticipating that kind of instruction. Go and wash, go and swim 7 times. What kind of, that is not what I was expecting. I was expecting you as a prophet to come, do all those prophetic gymnastics and heal me, let me be on my way. But the instruction caught him off guard, right? So the way and manner God will bring the person that will eventually end up being your soulmate may not always follow reason. It may not always be logical. No this and no peace. It may not always come the way you anticipate, right? That is why you must keep relationships open, right? That is the power of relationships, because you don't know who the person is. The person may be a total stranger. God will sponsor into your life at the time, or it may be someone who has been there, a friend, a dear friend. Don't friend zone them, don't brother zone them. Okay, all right, that's number one. Then secondly, and this is very important, very important, he said, Are not Abana, verse 12, and Pharpar, rivers of Damascus, better than all the waters of Israel? Now, I do not know the criteria he was using to compare waters with waters, right? Probably that was water of life. Probably he was thinking waters from Damascus are of high quality, or they taste better. I don't know the reason, the criteria he used to compare waters with waters, right? Let me tell you, sometimes the seemingly better candidate, the seemingly better choice, the seemingly better person, better option, by man's judgment, by man's sight, by man's opinion, may not truly be a true reflection of God's position, may not be God's choice for you. The one, right, that people may think it may not truly be God's choice for you. Now, no this and no peace again. God may have spoken to you. Your problem. You are sitting down, you are saying, you are waiting for the will of God. You want to know the will of God. Kini will of God. Your problem is not that you want to know the will of God. Your problem is you have classed every other person not to be better. It is the one you have in your heart that is better than the one God is telling you. You know why? You want a tall guy with muscles, six packs, and he has all the money. He drives the latest car. He has everything. The young God is telling you to go and marry. You say he's short and dark. He's not your spec. You are not vibing. Don't worry, anti-vibe. You would stay there till God will start creating another spec for you. Yeah? Okay. I'm serious. It's not on a lighter note. This one, I'm serious. Okay? No this and no peace. Again, listen. God is telling you that Rebecca is your wife. And because Rebecca doesn't speak Queen's English, the highest form of education Rebecca went to was secondary school. I say you want a sophisticated lady that can represent you, that has at least some formal education, that has a master's, that is even from Obodo Ibo. Excuse me, you would, gray hair is coming on your head very soon. Don't worry, okay? God has told you, has shown you by all infallible proofs, by all means, the person closest to you, he has told you. You know. Listen, go to the mirror, stand before the mirror and be blunt with yourself. Tell yourself the hard truth. That sister around you, that brother around you, you know the way your heart does you when you think about him or her. When you people speak on the phone, when you chat, you know there's this inner peace and joy. You know there is this freedom you have around them. All right? And then you say, your problem is because you are in a relationship where they are importing shawarma for you. It is that one that is tingling your brain. Not because you don't know what God has told you, not because you don't know. You cannot tell God now that you have actually do not know that actually that is the will of God for you, that he has told you by all means. You can't tell God that you don't know his will. He has told you specifically who it is that you should marry, but you are walking away thinking that this water God says you go and wash and be clean is not up to your standard, because this water does not buy you imported shawarma, does not take you on expensive lunch dates, does not. Your problem is you want to satisfy your own cravings, and by the time you do that, we are praying for you that you don't land in a place where mercy cannot reach you. Okay? So go and do the will of God. This thing is not difficult. This thing, finding the will of God, is not an Herculean task. Brother listening to me, sister listening to me, tell yourself the truth. Is it the bum bum of Nkechi that is shocking you? Because Rebecca has a flat bum bum. Why are you like this? You don't know the future. Excuse me. Is it because Temitope has muscles and he's taking you on lunch dates? That is why you are not thinking. Don't be confused. You are not confused. You know the right thing to do. Don't, so that you won't wake up one day and you are full of regrets. All that camouflage, it will end one day. It is that one that has been there that will always be there. Okay? I pray for you that the Lord will help your heart. The Lord will give you grace to walk out of any relationship that you know clearly that God is not involved. You are just there because to satisfy some carnal pleasures, to satisfy some emotional downtime you were having. But you know, before God and man, you know God is not involved in this one. I pray that God gives you the strength and courage and grace to walk away honorably now before they walk you away from it. God bless you.